In the late 90s, our founder, Matt Powell, began studying the Russian styles under a variety of instructors. This was his first exposure to the idea that martial arts could be more than just techniques, but also movement. Eventually, Matt leaves this training for a series of trips that would change the martial art world forever. In a moment of history in the year 2000, our group of Americans became the first to visit Russia to train with the father of modern Russian style, Alexei Kadishnikov, bringing back a system that had only previously been seen in propaganda films during the Cold War. This scientific system was unlike anything the West had seen before. Soon after, in 2001, our founder, Matt Powell, was asked to be the first Western representative of the Kadishnikov system. This leads to the creation of the group KSIS and seminars around the United States teaching the system while working as a bodyguard for many top celebrities. After years of learning and teaching the system, meanwhile absorbing a diverse student base, Matt realizes that KSIS begins to resemble Kadishnikov's system less and less, and an American creation more and more. Matt requests permission to leave the system, and with Kadishnikov's permission and out of respect names this new American system after one of the original names of Kadishnikov's system, Pramek, or Practical Mechanics Survival System. In Pramek, the first Russian-American martial arts hybrid is formed. After 2 years of development, Matt begins to release Pramek to the public. This leads to a lot of scrutiny of the new system, and after a period of time, Matt realizes that the system needs more development. This leads to what in Pramek we often call the wandering years. From 2008 to 2011, Pramek disappears completely from public view, with Matt only teaching private seminars and military and law enforcement. Most importantly, Matt spends 3 years studying with teachers of various disciplines within and outside of the martial arts world. In 2012, Pramek emerges back in the public view with new videos, a website, and most importantly, 2 concepts that are specific to Pramek, the UOS and CLM. Matt begins releasing videos and manuals on a Universal Operating System, or UOS. This course of study is one any martial arts can use as it's about the underlying sciences of martial arts. Matt also releases the first book of the CLM, or Conceptual Learning Method. The CLM is unlike any other program in the martial arts world. Developed with PhDs and based on teaching hundreds of hours of classes, Matt creates the CLM to be a teaching methodology that is universal to any art. Matt begins to focus heavily on the UOS and CLM, making Pramek a common name in the martial arts world. Over the next few years, Pramek will release over 200 videos on YouTube, more than 24 full-length instructional videos, and 5 books on the UOS and CLM. Matt also begins a podcast called Pramek Radio, which develops a loyal following of thousands of listeners. At this time, Matt begins teaching internationally, bringing Pramek to Canada, Europe, and South America. This is a time of great expansion for Pramek, with schools and clubs in 33 states in the United States and clubs internationally. Preferring quality over quantity, Matt sees that the organization cannot handle this level of growth, and he begins to tighten instructor certifications and school affiliations. This leads to a decrease in organizational size, but an increase in educational quality. Starting in 2014, Pramek begins developing partnerships with key companies in the training world, including Sage Dynamics, Spartan Training Gear, and Onnit Academy. This brings Pramek and Matt's teachings to a world outside of martial arts. These partnerships lead to an entirely new genre of Pramek as warrior mode fitness and mission-specific fitness launch, and Matt begins writing for a variety of magazines and blogs. Soon, videos and books are on the concepts of combatives and applying the UOS to different styles. Not happy with just martial arts and fitness, in late 2015, Matt launches an ambitious project to bring Pramek to an entirely new industry. Matt launches a personal growth concept called Pastless, separate from Pramek. Matt releases 2 books, Undo and Open in Case of Life. Selling thousands of copies and doing interviews across all forms of media, Pastless becomes a success and is eventually pulled under the Pramek umbrella of programs. But Pramek had grown very quiet and needed revitalization. Coined by some students Pramek 3.0, Matt begins the process of revitalization and development. That process continues today, a process we hope you will join us on.